Hey, I'm going to be trying something a little bit new. So I've kept mental training journals before that I write in before, during, and after training. I've definitely been pretty open in my blog about writing about my mental training processes, and I'm doing something now, which is I'm actually going to be vlogging my mental processes. So I've had a really rough 3 or 4 days in sparring at the gym, and it's all mental. It's 100% mental. I've had really good sparring prior to that, leading up to this. I was getting a lot more sparring at the gym than I ever have before, and I felt like it was really helping me and shaping me, and my mental states in it were actually pretty good. But coming off of my last fight, I've injured my shoulder, and I'm in a lot of pain like a lot of the time. So being in pain is basically like when you have like a toothache and it just makes you an asshole, like in everything else that you do. The pain is not that debilitating in terms of what I'm able to do and not do in my training, but just having it there is definitely wearing on me mentally. And then Nam Kabun was visiting the gym for 3 days, and usually I'm pretty well ignored at the gym to a degree that's good because it allows me to just kind of work on my own stuff. But with Nam Kabun there, he was giving me attention because he likes me and he wanted to show me things, and then Pinu was giving me attention because he was giving me attention, and it was too much. It was too much, like, let's hound on Sylvie for not blocking, and then tell her that she doesn't have to block, and then when she does the thing that we said she doesn't have to block, tell her she should be blocking. It made me very tense. Anyway, that's my mental state in a general sense, but actually what I'm vlogging about right now, like what I would be writing in a journal and what I'm being open about, is I was just sparring with the champ. He's very evasive, he's very fast, he's very good at like kicking back, but it's very nice because he's light. So he weighs more than me now, but he's small and he has really good control and he doesn't use a lot of power, whereas the other two sparring partners that I have use quite a bit of power. One of them is significantly heavier than me, but like small, like short, and the other one's really tall and skinny and probably my weight or roundabouts there now, and he hits really hard. But when I was going against Champ just now, I was getting like progressively more frustrated with myself because I wasn't in form the way I wanted to be. Like, I'm trying to blur the lines between what I can feel my body's balance and abilities are against the bag or shadow. I look fucking awesome against a bag, but the bag not hit back, as they say. And my form goes to shit when I have someone actually having intention against me, or when I'm tense because someone's gonna hit me back, or because they're faking against me or hitting me hard or whatever the thing is. And so I'm trying to blur the lines and make what I'm doing in sparring physically feel the same as it does against a bag, even if I'm getting hit and kicked and things like that. So I was getting a little bit down on myself in sparring and making a point of like, just work on the energy. Like, don't be worried about getting kicked, and don't bother having to land a kick. Like, that's not the point. The point is just what you look like. Like, if someone came and said, we're filming a movie, you have to look like the best fighter that ever lived, but we're just gonna show your face, we're not even gonna show your limbs, we'll like fix it in post. That's what I was working on. And I think that I got a little bit, I don't know if I got better through that, but I definitely was able to handle it through that. But in one of the rounds, I was like, I'm just going to stay closer. Like, I don't care if I throw a single strike, I'm just going to stay on Champ's feet. And when I did that, I actually did stay closer, and I actually had a significantly better round. So after, like, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this. When you go through something that's really hard, you kind of have to, like, bite down and get through it, but then when it's over, the shock hits you, and that's when you cry. Like, that's when you freak out. That happens to me in sparring, not in a crying way, but in a, like, when it's done, that's when I either spiral or get on with my life. And I was starting to spiral down a little bit because I was starting to get on myself about, God, why am I so shitty? And I decided to take a mental note and realize that there is this divide. It's like how people say the opposites are love and hate, or if you're Hindu, they say love and fear. There are opposites mentally, which are judgment and curiosity. I was going down the judgment hole, and I'm like, okay, let's not do that. Let's go down the curiosity hole. So instead of like, why am I so shitty? Be like, hey, that's really interesting that when I just decided to stay closer, I had a much better round. What does that mean? and how can I do that more? Like, how can I convince myself to stay closer, or how can I use staying closer in other elements? So I'm choosing the path right now of curiosity rather than judgment, because judgment feels shit. And I will continue to not do the things that I want to be doing if I go down that route. And that's where I'm at right now. Gonna go back in, finish my training. I am curious to experiment more with my guard. So what I'm gonna be trying to do as like a skill experiment is I'm going to be keeping my guard firm, like relaxed but firm all the time, and start doing some really weird stuff with my feet, like some off balancing stuff with my feet, so that I'm forced to balance myself with my guard, because I think I use my arms to balance myself, and that's why they're flailing out when I need to be really strong. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and that's my update for the moment. We'll see if I keep doing this, but at the moment my idea is to start doing this.